Hello everyone, we wanted to talk about what's happening in our country right now, in the world in fact, how it's affected community gathering on Sunday in all our lives. Especially a lot of churches in India are struggling with the fact that they can't meet on Sundays and they've been asked to do live streaming services. Now, that's the most simplest or the easiest solution a lot of people have. But we also want to take into consideration there are a lot of small scale churches who don't have live stream equipments, who haven't done live stream, and a situation like this has a pressure that has only made them think creatively, and we believe that this pressure is only going to revolutionize the way online Christian content is being created. And so we as Outcast want to be able to offer solutions to all the problems that are gonna we expect and we believe that a lot of small scale churches are going to struggle with. And so we thought, here are some ideas which we have, and we wanted to share with you. What can we as church do for our Sunday gathering? That's the biggest question, right? Because it's not about just a live streaming experience, it has to be beyond that. So let's ask some bigger questions, right? Some of the most common and the easiest answers online, easiest answer is going online, making live stream available for everybody. But like I mentioned, it's not easily available for a lot of small scale churches. And the other question is, what about smaller churches? What about worship experience? Because now if you notice, we can't really do, when we say worship experience, it's worship music and worship songs are best celebrated when the quality is greater, and we do not want to compromise on that. And so what do we do there, and how do we work on that? Because in live streaming, obviously the worship quality definitely comes down because of the live streaming aspect of it. So what are the solutions for that? Or what about Sunday school service? What are we doing as churches to cater to our Sunday school kids? So how can we as church cater to all the people group? That's the big question, right? So in this video, we definitely want to break up on all those subjects, and talk about tools which you can use for Sunday gathering. And one of the biggest tool we believe you need to begin with, and please make notes, is getting a community together in one platform. That means have all your church members. If you're a small church, it's very easy to do this. Probably you can create a WhatsApp group with all your church members. And a disclaimer, make sure your WhatsApp group is only admin can post option. You will avoid all the unverified facts about the virus that's going around on WhatsApp not being posted. So you can only have the content about church. Probably you could have content, subjects that are being discussed, which only admin can post, like live stream links, or you could post resources that the churches are offering. For example, let's say there are extra food at church and you want to make it available for all your church members. This is here's how you could communicate that on your WhatsApp group, and make sure it's admin only. The other option is Facebook groups. Although Facebook is a lot more for the baby boomers and not for our millennial age group, because nobody uses Facebook. Seriously, I don't think anybody uses Facebook. I don't use Facebook, and probably that's just my opinion. But yeah, it's okay to go back to our roots, because Facebook is easily available, it's easily accessible. Facebook groups have really good features. It's invite only based. You can invite your specific church members, so you can make sure that you don't attract unwanted attention towards your group, and you can have free and open discussions on that. The advantage of Facebook group is you can have live streaming within your group members, and you can have watch parties. Those are such great features for especially youth, for Sunday school, and for the congregation. So everyone knows that, okay, there's, for example, your church name is called, let's say, the Alpha Church, and now the Alpha Church decides to start a live streaming. Everybody who is in that group gets a notification. So this whole process is a lot more simpler. That is one. These are two options. You need to make sure that your community has one platform for people to communicate with each other. This is point number one. Point number two is, please make sure that you could have all your content together in a Word document, like for example your order of a service or the verses you're using. And now how do you get that accessible to people? So one of the greatest features which I've discovered, which is available on YouVersion Bible app, and it's a free app, is Events by YouVersion Bible app. That is, you can do something called sermon notes. I'll make sure I may put the link on the description for sure on this video. But sermon notes is a great feature. Sermon notes allows you you could put your song lists over there, you could put your song lyrics over there, you could put your sermon verse notes and your everything you want to communicate. And because you're on live stream, you can't put all the details, and you don't have a video team who's going to be able to edit all those fancy jazzed up text and all that stuff. You can always use this so that people can refer to that link, and you can make a customized link. Remember, it's events.bible.com. That way you could always communicate, can get all your communication together in one place. That link can be sent to your one group, that is a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group. Now coming back to the second big question is, okay Ricky, we have this sorted. Now how do I go live? Because now I'm communicating to my client, to my church members. Sorry, the businessman inside me just woke up. Communicated to my church members. What do I do next? How do I communicate? How do I do the live streaming part? Because this is a big question. There are several ways to do this. Okay, one of the most a great platform to do this. It requires a little more skill and it's more training, but it's definitely something you can do a lot of R&D and figure this out. And that platform is called Church Online by Life Church. Church Online by Life Church. Church Online is a platform which is again by Life Church, with the same church that created the YouVersion app. They have done a great job in providing resources for churches, and this resource is definitely one thing that you could use right now. The advantage is you can stream your YouTube link directly on this platform, and the best part is you have your notes, you have a Bible open there on the side. You can have constant chats between the host of the event, like with the pastor. It could be a usher leader, and you could have chats. You can have, there are options to commit yourself, give yourself to Christ today, or you can altar call moments. You can have moments where there is giving. There are so many different features you could utilize in this one particular link, and that's the best part is you can customize it. You can make your own church branding in it, and so it's just called Church Online by Life Church. You can just Google them and you can definitely find them. The second option is something called Google Classroom, where you can pre-record your sermons and put it up on Google Classroom. Make sure that everybody just goes into that link at a specific time, so you can schedule your time. A lot of schools are using that today to get school work done, but it's definitely a great opportunity. So you could use it for Sunday school, you could use it for church. The third option is Zoom. Zoom calls, everyone knows it. It is a paid option, but you can do Zoom webinars, you can do Zoom web conference calls, or in stuff like that. If it's a smaller group, it's easier, but also it requires a payment feature in this. But the other two are absolutely free. The third or fourth option is as simple as that, is YouTube Live or Facebook Live. YouTube Live and Facebook Live are great options, and a lot of people use it. You can either simulate it, that means pre-record your service and simulate that service on YouTube, because it definitely works on the quality, or Facebook Live. They both are great options. Now Facebook Live, the advantage of Facebook Live is because you have a group, you can just directly go live, and you can just use your phone. And if you don't have the technology for it, and you just use your phone and communicate with your church, get your messages across. There are so many ways to do this. With Instagram Live, you have an option where you could do this with your Instagram community, but the disadvantage is you can't limit it to a specific people group. Only probably so, unless it's from a church page, right? There are different softwares you can use to go live. A few of them are OBS, Adobe Flash Media Live Encoder, Raptr, Wirecast Play. I'll definitely put the links to these softwares. So you could use these softwares to go live. So you can use a DSLR connected to the software. From the software, it goes live on YouTube or Facebook. Coming to the aspect of how do we get the service together. Now, the big questions is definitely how am I going to communicate the whole aspect of this church service flow, because we have a church service flow. You have your worship, you have your communion, you have your tithe moment of tithing, you have your church announcement, you have your word, and then you have altar call. All these moments. Now there are certain ways. Obviously, we need to improvise. There are going to be a lot of trial and errors. Every church will have its own pros and cons. A lot of churches are facing, they are definitely struggling with the tithes every Sunday because the tithing process is reduced. So let's talk about tithing. tithing is definitely important, and we at Outcast believe that it is our responsibility to tithe to our church that is praying for us, and we definitely want to honor that. And so we believe these are a few ideas. You don't have to implement this, you don't have to follow this. We will definitely honor the way your church focuses on the tithe. But some of the best tools is, at least we've noticed, is the moment you make the process of tithing difficult. That means if they have to get account detail, make you beneficiary, then add you to the account, or send a check, the process makes them want to postpone this process, saying, okay fine, abhi nahi karunga, I'll not do it right now, I'll do it later, because I am focused on right now making sure that my I have to get all these I have to listen to the sermon, I don't have the time right now, the internet is very slow. So you have to make sure that you make the process of tithing very simple. Easier methods are giving them UPI codes, sending it on the groups and stuff like that. Now for a small church, that's easy, and you could do it as a moment of reflection, which is again brings back to the point of how the groups and making one consolidated platform. Now for a small church, this is easy. When you finish your service, you have your pastor or someone host on the group and saying, thank you so much for attending, guys, let's take a moment to pray about it and have a moment of tithe. And that is when you put your link for tithing and give them that moment. Let them have a moment of tithing where they go out of the app, tithe, and come back, and you have a moment of prayer after 10 minutes. You have those moments which allows you to, because it is a moment, it is a part of our service. Tithing is part of our service, and you could always find virtual ways of doing that. Now if you're a big church, the easier solution is getting your life group leaders to do that with you. Obviously the tithing link will be from the church. The life group leaders just need to post that link and host the group into communicating about how is the sermon is good, what was something we learned today, or stuff like that. We can say anything we can pray about, etc, etc. There are so many topics like that. So this is what we found the most simplest form for tithing. And like we said, the more the steps to tithe, the less the chances of people tithing, because of the fact that it is a longer process, and we definitely want to honor that. Second thing is, how do you do worship? Worship, obviously there are a lot of churches which already have a great worship set, like the team is tight and they have their they're pre-recorded, they're recording it live and they're able to play this live. But there are smaller churches who don't have that kind of a facility. Now there are two ways to do this. One is you either pre-record a nice acoustic version and stitch it to your main video and simulate it live on YouTube. Now I know these terms might go over your head, and but we definitely would want to get into the details of it. But if you don't know how to do that, you can always look. There are a lot of YouTube videos on how to live simulate a pre-recorded video, so you can find a lot of videos on it. Yeah, on YouTube, if you dumb down the search, it's much more, the chances of you getting the result is much more higher. So yeah, that's just a tip from my side. Anyways, coming back to the point where we believe you could always have your worship team curate a Spotify playlist, which is easily shareable on your Instagram page. We made a post a few days ago about how the porn industry is right now booming. How they're capitalizing on this whole situation, right, where they're giving free stuff, and we don't believe in that. We believe that as a church, it's our responsibility to stand and be the church even online, right? And so right now it's time for you to use your Instagram and your Facebook page to communicate a lot more online. And so you don't have to limit your church page to saying, hey, we're going live this Sunday, or hey, there's a Bible verse here. You could do a step ahead. You could give them a Spotify playlist, you could suggest them books to read, you could suggest them Bible study materials. There are so many things you can do online. So online, as organic as you can get, is the best way for you to communicate to your audience. And then so that's how the worship can be curated for now. You could get permissions from different people to upload their video on your live simulation set. There are so many ways you can do this, unless you have already a good set of worship, audio setup where you can go live directly. Go for it and feel free to share your content with other people. And this is it. I believe this is the season for us as a church to share, be a community, and share whatever we know with smaller churches and help them out here. Yeah. Now in this whole process, let's not forget our two people group, that is your youth group and your Sunday school group. We definitely want to encourage you to equip your team, or get your youth pastors and Sunday school pastors to make sure that they're creating content that is definitely cater to the younger generation and the youth, because definitely we want to tap into their audience. We do not want to miss them, because like right now everyone is dealing with fear, anxiety. There's so many things that are going around that people are anxious about, and this age group could definitely use comfort from the church. And the comfort which comes from the church, we believe, is from the Lord, and we believe that we are good, you and me as church are going to carry that message to them. And so I believe, let's not lose our focus, because we're too busy trying to find solutions for the main church, but also focus on our Sunday school. And we're not trying to say that people are not doing it, we're just reminding you not to forget about it. So these are a few points we definitely wanted to share. If you have any other ideas, please put them in the comment section. Please talk to us, share those ideas with us. We definitely want to help you. DM us if you are struggling with something. We will do our best to get back to you. We are working our level best to give you every solution possible. In fact, we are working on few solutions right now with few churches, and so we're testing it out, so that you because we don't know how long this is going to take, how long the whole stay at home process is. But if you tap into this audience right now, you will be able to realize how much impact you're making online. And even when you get back to your normal services, you could definitely continue on your online. And we believe we do a workshop called Digital Jesus, and we believe 2020 is the year of Digital Jesus, because we believe that it is time to take Jesus online and communicate your online lifestyle, being living a life of Jesus Christ, and that's what we want to communicate with everybody. We hope that this video is going to help you in some way or the other, and if you think someone could use this resources, please share it with them. I'm sorry it's a long video, even I am trying my level best to keep it short, but this is the best we could do. I hope you have a great few weeks.